Hello, guys. Hello, welcome to today's session, which is part of the FSA Mania. So I can see already like some people are joining in. How are you guys doing? We are currently doing myself and my team, Team Joya. We're currently checking the background. So do say hi. We want to make sure that everything is working properly. Okay, I see the Adina saying hi. Gabriel, hi, hello, hi. Okay, good to see you guys. So I'm gonna give some buffer time for people to tune in before we start properly. So I hope you guys, everyone can hear me properly, can see my screen properly before we start this. Okay, so let's see. If you are watching this live, say hi to the chat and let me know if you're where you're tuning in from. I can see that we have some people from Germany. We have some people from Houston, Texas. Hi. Thank you for joining us. I think it's quite early for you. Let's see. So, while we are waiting, just a quick context. Today's session is part of the FSA Mania, and it is called Pay Attention Here. The 5 animal signs that matters most in 2026. Now, before I reveal these animal signs, I hope you guys have your Bazi chart ready. And if you do not have your Bazi chart ready, you can go here, plot your chart here, www.joyup.com/bzchart. Okay, guys? It's best you guys plot your chart first before I start this. I'm gonna give this about a minute or two. Again, we are still checking to see if everything is working fine. We are currently live on multiple platforms on YouTube, on Facebook. I can see your comments already. Uh, some people from Australia, David King from Singapore. Hi, hello. So of course, I very much would appreciate it if you guys can, leave your comments as well. Okay. So let me just begin. I hope everyone can see this. I already put this up on my screen. Pay attention here. The 5 animal sign that matters most in 2026. Now, let me clear this up for you. So, why only these 5 animal signs? The reason why is because that even though there are 12 animal signs in the Chinese zodiac, as most people would know it in Chinese astrology, even though there are 12 animal signs, would experience a not all would experience the year in the same way. Okay, some animal signs is considered awesome, very good year, a lot of opportunities, everything goes your way, smooth sailing, while some would be challenging, a lot of difficulties, a lot of problems, a lot of things they need to overcome, and the rest of the animals are just so. Now tell me if that makes sense to you. If that makes sense to you, do type 1 in the chat. Every year, if you remove all of these different factors, is either a good year, is either a bad year, or a so year. Make sense to you? Now, of course, when you look further into these different animal signs, then there are multiple factors that we need to consider. Which where do they appear? Which pillars they appear? What auxiliary stars do they have? And some other factors that I wouldn't cover here because currently this is a session for beginners. Okay, this is a very basic session that I'm covering, but it is a very interesting topic that I want to share with you guys. I hope that's okay with you guys. So, as you can see on the screen, the 5 animals that you need to pay attention to are horse, goat, rat, ox, and rabbit. I repeat, horse, goat, rat, ox, and rabbit. If you guys want to know if you have this animal signs in your Bazi chart, again, plot your chart. www.joeyap.com/bzchart. It can appear either in your year, month, day, or hour. Either you're born in the year of the horse, goat, rat, ox, and rabbit, the month of horse, goat, ox, rat, and rabbit, the day or the hour of these animals. Now, how many of you guys here, let me know in the chat, how many of you guys here have at least one of these animals? Okay, I can already see that someone have a rabbit in the year, goat in the month, rat in the day, horse in the hour, even ox in the luck cycle. Wow. So 2026 for you is going to be very interesting, and I hope you can at least stay in the session until the very end. Okay, this session will only take about like 1 hour for me to cover all 5 animals. Okay, so Cha Villa from Facebook says that they have a rat in the month. Okay, how many of you guys here, how many people here don't have any of these five animals? None of these 5 animals. If you don't have any five of these 5 animals, it's fine. Okay, guys, is then 2026 will be just uh so year. But if you guys don't have any of these 5 animals, do you know anyone with these 5 animals? Perhaps your husband, perhaps your son, your daughter, your wife, your mother, your father. So it is worth it for you to know what makes these 5 animals special too, even if you don't have these animals. And besides that, I also want to remind you guys that the 5 animals I mentioned are special to the year because of the unique interaction it has with the year. So that means that next year it will be a different 5 sets of animals. So I hope everyone is clear on that. Okay, so don't worry if you guys don't have the animals mentioned. You guys just watch, just learn. This is a sharing session, it's for your benefit. So everyone okay with this? I can see a lot of people already saying all the charts. Very good. So everyone here is prepared. Okay, I'm loving this crowd. Okay, rabbit in the year, horse in the month, rat in the luck cycle. Very good, very good, very good. Okay, so are you guys ready? Let me know in the chat. Again, I'm just putting this up on the screen to make sure that everyone is coming in and everyone has time to get their charts ready. You guys ready? I still see some people are coming in. Okay, so let's begin with the first animal. The first animal is horse. Once again, all this is just for the horse first. For everyone else, hold your horses, or in this case, goats, rabbit, or whatever else. So, how many of you guys here? This is for the horses. How many of you guys here have a horse? Personally, I also have a horse in this year. I also have a horse in my own chart. So whatever I'm sharing with you also applies to me. Okay. So let's see. I'm just going to scroll up in the chat. There is Cheetah So has rat in the hour and horse in the month. So Cheetah So have a horse in the month. Ted Dizon have a horse in the year. So let's see. Neng Leong has horse in the day and hour. Okay, as you know, 2026 will be the year of the horse, the fire horse to be exact, Bing Wu. And as they say in Chinese, it is called the Tai Sui, the Grand Duke. So normally speaking, whenever an animal sign occupies the seat of the Grand Duke, the animal of the year, then it becomes Tai Sui. The general interpretation is all eyes on you. So it is a year for you to put yourself forward, to perform, because when everyone is looking at you, if you are doing well, you will get recognition. If you make any mistake, people are no people will notice you regardless. So it's not a year for you to lay low. For those of you who enjoy the spotlight, then yes, it's considered a good year to be in a Tai Sui, to be in a year where you have this Tai Sui. But if you are the type that is low profile, don't want attention, don't like attention, then maybe it will be a very uncomfortable year. Now, the year itself is horse, and now we see the horse in your own chart. Again, for all the people who have horse in their chart, this will be a year of self punishment. Okay, now before you guys get scared or anything, I want you guys to know that this is just how energy works. It doesn't mean that this will definitely happen. The energy will happen. How you feel about yourself, how you feel about the year will happen. But the subsequent result of it is still up to you. So, horse and horse is self punishment. Now, we have a lot of people here. Some of you guys have learned Bazi before, while most of you guys are new, and that's okay. It just means that this year you are more prone to self sabotage. Particularly, this combination, horse and horse, is the self punishment of self blaming. This is where you blame yourself. This is where you focus all the negative emotion inwards, that you feel undeserving of the good things. Now, here's the thing. You see, horse actually have a couple of good stars this year, such as the general star and the golden lock, if I'm not mistaken. Among them is there are good stars for the horse this year. However, the question is, do you feel deserving of it? So, I'll give you an example. Who here have horse in their year? Okay, so for example, this person, say Julius Modesto, says that they have horse in the year. So horse in the year pillar represents your social circle, your friends, your networking. So maybe you can find opportunities for you in this year through your friends, through your social networking, but you may feel hesitant, or for whatever reason you decide not to take the opportunity for whatever reason. And once you miss the opportunity, then this is where the self blame comes in, the emotional upheaval comes in. Now, of course, when we learn Chinese metaphysics, we don't want to make self fulfilling prophecies. So, just because you have horse in your chart does not mean it's automatically going to be bad. It just means you're prone to self blame. For all of you guys who have horse in your chart, for example, again, like Galina here, horse in the month. Okay, you're born in the month of June, you have horse in your chart. So for those who have horse in the month, this affects your career. So for your career, your work, your job, you might find opportunities, but you might question yourself whether you're ready about it, whether you should take this opportunity, whether you are deserving of this opportunity. Don't ask. The answer is yes. You deserve better. Yes, you are ready. Okay? So, again, this is the advice for everyone who have horse in your chart. Do not self-sabotage. You deserve better. You can do better. You will do better. Okay? So, can I move on to the next animal? I hope you guys are super clear on this. Of course, there are more info about the horse in 2026 because it's the Grand Duke of the year, but I have very limited time and I'm trying to cover as much as possible. Okay, so how to know if you have horse in your chart? How to know? You go to joeyup.com/busychart and plot your chart. Then you can see whether you have horse in your year, month, day, hour, or your luck pillar. All right. Now let's move on. Next, who has red in their charts? Now let me see in the chat who mentioned that they have red in the chart. Let's see. So this person have red, not sure which or where. So Ken Yo has red in our ox in day. Okay, so I see a couple of people. Yeah, Chitaso have red in our. Yisha and Alexa have red. Okay, so if the horse is the Tai Sui of the year, red is something we call Fan Tai Sui, offending the Grand Duke. Because when it comes to this animal sign, all the animals have, usually for beginners we call it like mortal enemy, but when you study metaphysics you learn that these are oppositional energies, because you see a horse is fundamentally a fire energy, while a rat is fundamentally a water energy. So this is a water and fire clash. Okay, so horse and rat is a clash. Now, before you assume clash means bad, it doesn't mean bad. Okay, guys, relax first. Relax. It doesn't mean bad. It means 2026 will be uncomfortable for you. Big change is coming, and it will be an uncomfortable change. Okay, guys? Change is coming. A big change in your life is coming. If it's in the year, change in your social circle. If it's in the month, change in your workplace, your career. Maybe you're gonna get a promotion. Maybe you're gonna find a better job. Maybe you're gonna move elsewhere. So it might not be pleasant, but it's change nonetheless, and it can be for the greater good. It's possible. So what this clash does, what this make you feel, we are dealing with energy here, so everything is more to do with how you feel about things. It creates restlessness and emotional conflict. So I'll take an example here to illustrate my facts. So for example, Cheryl Go here have a rat in the month pillar. So is it okay if I get a bit technical? I'm gonna be a bit technical in order to explain this, and I hope you guys can follow along. And because you're watching this on YouTube and Facebook, you can always rewind a bit if you can catch what I said. So rat is water energy. So this person, Cheryl Go, is usually a very there's a lot of water in that chart. If you have red in your hour in particular, in your month in particular, automatically your chart has a lot of water. Why and how? Don't care for now. Just red in month equals a lot of water in the chart. What does that mean? It means that you are a very logical person. You always think logically, very calm, collected. These are usually the qualities of people with a lot of water in the chart. However, when fire comes in, when the element of fire comes in, horse comes in, the what clash the clash that happens here, it makes you more emotional. For example, red in the month, it deals with your career, so you might feel that, you know, this job pays well, but I feel unsatisfied. I feel like I should be changing my job. This is something that is more emotionally driven, and this causes the uncomfortableness in you for 2026. So, when this happens, it is a situation where your heart wants something, the horse wants something, and your head tells you something else. The head here is the rat, the logic. Now, it doesn't matter if water is stronger than fire. The what matters here is that it creates a dilemma. That's what makes it uncomfortable. If you, for example, choose one decision, for example, do I want to change my job or not? If you change your job, man, I should have, uh, man, I should have stayed in my old job. If you didn't change your job, man, I should have changed my job. So, for those of you who have read in your chart for 2026, you need to make a decision, whatever it is. And whatever decision you make, you have to find peace and acceptance with your decision. If you decide to go one way, then you go that way. If you decide to stay, then you stay. So Chris Saturnino says red in month and year. So it's going to be a big change for you this year, Chris. And let's say a change in your year pillar, your social networking, your social network, the people around you will change as well. Now, whatever decision that you decide to do with this, whether you go out to meet new people, meet new friends, expand your network, or stay with the one that you have, be at peace with your decision. Okay? And besides that, another thing that I need to mention here is if you do not make your decision, then it will be made for you. If you are undecided, then the decision will be made for you. So, do you guys prefer, for those of you who have read, I want you guys to answer this. Do you guys prefer that you make the decision and be in control for 2026, or let someone else or something else to make that decision for you? Which one is better? Of course, we want to be the one in charge. We want to be the one to make the decisions. We want to be the one to decide how the year is going to go and how 2026 is going to go. So, for those of you who have read in your chart, make your decision and hope you guys can see it through. Okay? So, Gabriel wants to be in control. Very good. So, this is the key takeaway for you guys who have read in your chart. Make your decision and see it through. All right. So, now let's move on to the next animal. We already covered two animals so far, so I have three more animals to go. I need to drink some water. Before that, how are you guys doing? Let me know in the chat. I'm also reading the chat. Are you guys find this interesting? Let's see. Sao Kenyo since wants to be in control of your life. Yep. Cheryl definitely wants to be in control. So yes, it definitely something that you definitely can do so, even if you have a clash in the chart. Okay. So let's see the other one. So next, the goat. Who has the goat in your chart? Now let me see the comment just now. Who mentioned that they have goat in their chart? Okay, so Sean Woon have goat in the month. Teresa have goat in the day. Julius have goat in the month. Margaret have goat in the day. Okay. So we've already covered the Grand Duke, the Clash, and now we are going to cover the combination. So while some animals are in opposition with one another, some are compatible with one another. We call this, well, not we lah, but people call this like partners. Animal, each of the animal have their own partners, their own pairing. For horse, it happens to be the goat. So horse and goat is a combine, in case you don't know, in Chinese metaphysics, and it's called the sixth harmony. What does it mean? In fact, it means the same thing as the rat earlier. It means change. It means change, but instead of an uncomfortable change, it is a comfortable change. It is a welcoming change. And it is where you get opportunities as well as partnership. So Goat, for example, this year have a star called the Grand Duke combination. Means you are going to rub shoulders with people who are of higher standing. Maybe an opportunity for you to connect to your supervisor, your boss, or in case you are running your own business, your high paying clients. So you like this, don't you? To be on good terms with them, to be friendly with them. These are opportunities, these are partnerships. For those of you who have good in your year, for example, this is a very good year for you to be networking, meet new people, expand your network, find high value people. For those of you who have goat in your month, it's also a good year for you to do some changes in your life. Particularly, you can change. The change can happen in multiple ways. You can either change your job, change your role, uh, step up to a different role, start your own thing, start a new project. Basically, a major change in how you go about things. And because it's a combination, it is something that is comfortable, welcoming opportunities. Now, here's the thing. This one is more like a personal, I wouldn't say personal sharing lah, but it's something that I've witnessed before. I've learned Bazi for a long time now, for many years, and I've read a lot of chart. I've seen a lot of things. Do you think that a combination year 2026 is good or bad? If you think it's good, type 1. If you think it's bad, type 2. Is it good or bad? Like let's pause this thing for a moment because I want you guys to get the right mindset for this. We have some delays between my streaming right now to the chat. Okay, so I see across multiple different platforms, people are saying that it's good. So I have this friend of mine who asked me to do a reading, and I explained to her how clashes and combines work. Of course, I explained to her the same as I'm doing with you guys right now. Oh, if it's a clash, it means change, but it's uncomfortable. If it's a combine, it means that it is. Uh, it also means change, but it's comfortable. It's welcoming. And then they asked me to read their chart. And then when I look at the chart, I see that they have a couple of clashes, they have a couple of combines, and then they tell me this strange thing. all the clashes that I had was some of my best years ever. I need to repeat that. All the clashes I have are some of the best years ever. And all the combined years are some of my worst years ever. Now, here's the thing. If you get comfortable, sometimes it's not necessarily a good thing. If you get comfortable, it's also possible that when the change happens, you just, you know what, I'm just going to let it happen. When the change happens, whatever, I'll just let it be. So sometimes when you have this combination in your chart, it makes you more vulnerable to changes that you might not like in the long term. It's a gradual change, something like a frog in a boiling water, if you know the metaphor. It's like a frog sitting in a boiling water, sitting in water, and then the temperature steadily going up. It doesn't notice until it's too late. So for those of you who have goat in your either your year, month, day, hour, or luck pillar, try not to get too comfortable. Don't get stuck in your own comfort zone. Change is will happen, but if you let it happen again, same as with the clash, then you wouldn't be in control anymore. So I hope this makes sense to you. And when the opportunities come for 2026, we are transitioning on February 4th, by the way, which is next month in a couple of weeks, then this will apply to you. So, for example, Lao Shi, you have goat in your hour. Why don't you make plans? Because our pillar deals with plans, with your goals, your investment. Look into investment and start to get comfortable with it. Start to make comfortable with your goals and committing to your goals. Remember, don't get stuck in your comfort zone. Okay, don't get too comfortable. So, are you guys ready for the next one? We only have two more animals to go. Again, this is a very short sharing session, and I hope you guys have enjoyed it so far. No, Cecilia. Luck pillar is the on the bottom there. It's a bit more advanced, so I might not want to cover the luck pillar today. So maybe perhaps another time. Okay. All right. Let's see. Next one would be the ox. I know some of you, a lot of you guys here already have ox, and wants to know about the ox. So let's see once again who has the ox in the year. Who has the ox in your Bazi chart? Let's see. Oh yeah, Julius again. Very interesting person you are for this year. Okay, David have ox in the month. Han Yin Lim have ox in the year, ox in the month. Aimi Mulian have ox in the year. Okay, so you guys who have ox, the interaction between the year of the horse and the ox is called a harm combination. Now the name is bad, and honestly, it's usually bad. But again, whether it is bad or not depends on you, because sometimes you need to overcome certain challenges in order to grow and become a better version of yourself. So, what does a horse and ox mean? Horse and ox together forms a harm combination. The harm combination, in particular, unlike the clash or the combine, is an imaginary problem. Now, tell me if you can relate to this. So you guys can pause for a bit, just focus on this. So let's say that for those of you who have ox or okay, so as we go along every year, there will be a lot of animals. So 100% you guys have experienced this before because of how this animal works. You have four animals you go to every year, every 12 year, at least one or two or three or four of those animals will get harmed. So this is what harm means. It is when you exaggerate problems. It is when you make the problem bigger than what it is. So let's say you have an argument with your friend. This happens to all of us. Okay? Ox in the year, for example, you get into an argument with a friend. And once you get into an argument with a friend, then you sit there and wonder to yourself, is he upset with me? Do you think I should apologize? Oh my god, he's definitely upset with me. Oh my god, he hates me now. Oh, I don't think that he wants to talk to me anymore. I don't know if I can see him again. You see all these things where else the friend isn't even in the picture. What actually happened is just you had a disagreement with your friend, then you imagine all these problems. And then when you actually talk to your friend or confront the problem head on, turns out, yeah, I mean, we had a disagreement, but whatever, man, it's just a small matter. This is the effect of harm. The effect of harm amplifies the problem in terms of your perception. Not the problem itself is amplified. The perception of the problem is amplified. The problem is small, but you think that it's big. And sometimes you can actually turn it into a big problem. So let's say that you're not really talking to your friend. You're not talking to your friend, and now he's upset. Now he's now he's upset. Now the problem becomes real. Now is, hey, why you not talking to me? You got a problem with me, is it? So for those of you who have ox, whatever your problem is for 2026, tell yourself this: it's not as bad as it seems. If ox appears in your year, whatever problems you have with your friends is not as bad as it seems. In your month, your career, it's not as bad as it seems in your career. If it's in the day, it's with your spouse, your family, people you live with, it's not as bad as it seems. If it's in your hour, it's with your children, your subordinates, uh, your assets, your investment. Again, it is not as bad as it seems. So those of you who have ox, and specifically for the horse and ox, it will also make you more bad-tempered and demanding. Bad-tempered here means, you get restless. Like, the reason why you would exaggerate the problems, you have less patience, you get more anxiety. Where else, if you just stop and breathe, very simple, you don't need to do anything fancy. Just stop and breathe and look at the situation as it is without exaggeration, objectively. Then you can find the solution. And demanding is also like for certain people who are like, why, people who likes to ask why questions. Why is it like this? Why is she like that? Why is the economy like this? Why is my country like this? Why this? Why that? Demanding. They demand something rather than enacting the change for themselves. So these are the things that you need to be more aware of if you have ox in your chart. Because when in 2026, this year, this is how you feel. So for again, let's say that you have ox in your day. It deals with your spouse, it deals with your relationship, your husband, your wife, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your partner. You demand that they are nicer to you. You demand that they be they're more demanding lah, basically. I don't know how else to explain what demanding is. They get bad tempered, and or you get bad tempered, and the problem or the issue escalates. The issue becomes worse. So of course, for those of you who are viewing that you don't have any of these animals in your chart, do see if other people have this animal, and see if they are going to exaggerate the problems in 2026. So if you don't believe me, or if you guys are a bit skeptical, in 2025, Tiger is the one who has harm combination. So 2025 year of the snake, it was Tiger who has harm combination, who exaggerated problems. So if you know anyone who have Tiger, 2025 they sure exaggerate problems. 2026 people who have Ox, these are the Oxes turn to exaggerate problem. David asks, does it mean I have to be in control of my emotions and be less demanding? Yes, that is correct, David. Be more aware of your emotions. Okay, so this year I am going to be more bad tempered. You observe your emotions, you see that, oh, I'm upset again. I will remove myself from the situation. I will demand less and I will do more. It's not as bad as it looks, it's not as bad as it seems. Okay, I hope this helps. So now we are going to move to the last animal. So the last animal is, well, the last animal of the animals that you need to pay attention is rabbit. How many of you guys here have rabbit? Once again, show of hands. Okay, let's see. This one? No, this one no rabbit. Okay, so and is a rabbit. Agapis a rabbit. Amy Ho is a rabbit. Okay, so for those of you who have rabbits, I have good news and I have bad news for you. Which one do you guys want to hear first? Rabbit. Daniel's a rabbit. Zunaira Said has rabbit in the year and the hour. You guys want to hear the bad news first or the good news? Why you guys want to hear bad news first? Okay, so for rabbits, the interaction between horse and rabbit is called the destruction. Now, if you just go by this word, a lot of people will start to panic already. What does it mean, destruction? So how is this a destruction? How is this destruction? How is this? What does this destruction mean? What's the difference between destruction and harm? Okay, so calm down first. Destruction means reinvention. It means you break down what you have and you become something else. Now the good news is rabbit this year has a lot of auspicious stars. It is the best animal sign of 2026 with all of the stars. So it is a very good year for you to do rebranding, for you to change your image, So, here's a question. Rabbit in month, but I'm a housewife. How will it affect my work? Well, have you ever thought that maybe this year is a year for you to reinvent yourself? Because right now you are attached to the housewife identity. I'm a housewife, this is what I do. 2026 will give you the opportunity to become something else, to become someone else. You have all these stars with you, all these opportunities with you. Doesn't mean you have to go out and work, but perhaps you can make something out of it. A housewife, and what? What else can you be? Yeah, like Janet, like Janet say, housewife can become influencer of the home product. That is also a way to activate and utilize the rabbit in your month pillar if you are a housewife. So this is a year for you to reinvent yourself. But of course, there is a catch. For rabbits, they are more prone to being self-absorbed and reckless. So just because you have all these nice stars in your chart this year doesn't mean you are invincible. Doesn't mean that you are the best thing ever since sliced bread. All the positive stars acts as a multiplier. So if you don't do anything, then nothing happens lah. All the good stars also you don't use. It's like you get a new vacuum. The vacuum is so nice, but you put it in one corner, you don't use it, then there's no point in it. So if you have a rabbit in your chart, it's a year for you to reinvent yourself. It's a year for you to uh, do something else. To but at the same time, take calculated risk. Study things properly. Look into the opportunities properly. Make use of it. Just because it's good doesn't mean that everything will be good, if that makes sense to you. Overall, 2026 is good for the rabbit, but there will be days, there will be months where it might not be a smooth ride. Shit happens, essentially, and you need to be mindful of that. Okay, so don't be too reckless if you have rabbit in your chart. Okay, so basically that's all the 5 animals, but I hope you guys can still stay here because just a few more things that I want to cover. So if you guys want to learn more about these 5 animals as well as all the other animals that I didn't cover, the other 7, I see some people asking about tiger, dragon, dog, rooster. Check out the 2026 animal sign forecast by Joey Yap on YouTube by going to www.joeyup.com/2026forecast. It will tell you what is in store for you this year exactly, and a lot of the and it will also tell you what does it mean to have the animal sign in your year, month, day, hour, and even luck pillar. If you guys haven't seen it already, after this, go to YouTube, go to Joy Up, hit that subscribe button, and then check out the animal sign video relating to what it is. For or if you guys want to know even more details, join the Feng Shui and Astrology 2026. It is happening in KL. KL this weekend on the 24th and 25th. It's a 2-day event. And at the end of this month, 31st January in Singapore. For those of you who haven't gotten your tickets yet, you can still get them by going to joeyup.com/FSA2026. So if you go to YouTube and see the animal sign, it will be about 10 minutes video to explain the animal sign. If you're watching me right now, I'm explaining to you for about it's been what 50 minutes now, explaining to you about the animal sign. But if you go to Feng Shui and Astrology, it will be a whole day because there's a lot to cover. And of course, I will be there myself at the Feng Shui and Astrology for both KL and Singapore. So if you want to see me in person, for those of you who are more familiar with me, I'm Ben. I'm Coach Benz, by the way. Hi. Then we can meet. We can actually meet up at Feng Shui and Astrology. Okay. So I hope you guys, for those of you who haven't gotten your tickets, it's not too late to get your tickets here. How many of you guys here are going to Feng Shui and Astrology, by the way? Let me just see. Show of hands once again. Show of hands. Let me grab a coffee. Amy Ho. Going to, okay, so let's see. Boon Hee. Yes, very good. Gabriel, don't say maybe, say yes. Okay, yeah, it is completely for beginners. Feng Shui and Astrology is for beginners. I promise you this, it's for beginners. And it's also going to be a lot of fun. It's a lot different than watching videos online or catching this live stream. It's definitely much better to see it in yourself. And if you don't believe me, you can ask those who have been to Feng Shui and Astrology before. They will tell you that exactly the same thing. The energy is different. It's very fun. Both the 2 day in KL and the Singapore one, it's amazing. You need to be there yourself to experience it. Okay, so if you guys are keen, if you guys haven't gotten the FSA ticket but are keen to get the tickets, who here wants to win free Feng Shui and Astrology 2026 tickets? These tickets, not one, we are giving away not one, but two free general tickets worth $97 each. If you guys want these tickets, either for Kuala Lumpur or Singapore, all you have to do is something very simple. All you have to do is go to www.joeyup.com/win FSA 2026. Again, www.joeyup.com/win FSA 2026. When you go to joeyup.com/win FSA 2026, it will lead you to a Google Doc where we ask you a couple of details, not much, not a lot. It will take you 1 minute to fill this, maybe 2 minutes, I promise. Just give us your name, your phone number, your email, and whether you want to get the Kuala Lumpur ticket or the Singapore ticket. After that, we've actually allocated a number of tickets for each of these seats. So tell us, where exactly did you get this link from? And the answer is this Facebook Live, which is, pay attention here, 5 Animal Science That Matters Most by me, Benz, from Team Joey Up. Again, because this is part of the Feng Shui Mania, as you can see, we have all these other events lined up for you before the actual Feng Shui and Astrology event starting this weekend, and then next weekend. Of course, you still have a chance to win these tickets. Okay? So I hope you guys have, for those of you guys who are watching this, all 400 of you, will at least go check out this link and submit your form, just to tell us what's your 2026 goals. Okay, guys? So, let's see. Okay. Friends coming to Malaysia, very good. Day ahead, Raven. I'll see you there as well. All right. So that is the end of my presentation. Maybe I'll take in like 1 or 2, 3 questions before we call it a day. Again, I hope for those of you who have been with me from the start, for this session, thank you very much. And yeah, it's been fun. So I hope you guys find this session informative and useful as well. I do hope you guys can get some value of this. And when you attend feng shui and astrology, you can get even more value. So imagine you get this much value in just this Facebook or YouTube live or live on Instagram. Imagine how much more information that you are going to get once you go to FSA. All right. Does combine means whatever you do, the outcome is mostly good? No, it means change. It means comfortable change. That's it. So change will happen. You'll be comfortable, whether good or not. It is up for you to decide. It is up to you to make it good. And in feng shui and astrology, will give you the step by step in order on how to make it good, how to maximize your chance, maximize your opportunities, and minimize your challenges. The Crimson Horse year, 2026, the fire horse year, or as we call it, the Crimson Horse year, is definitely going to be an interesting year, especially for a lot of you people here. So, if you are still on the fence about coming to feng shui and astrology, do consider. If there's one FSA that you don't want to miss, is this one, 2026. It's going to be a big one, okay? It's going to be a big one. We are closer to the weekend and seats are filling up fast. So do grab it as soon as you can. All right. For those of you who are coming to feng shui and astrology, I'm very excited to see you guys there in person. And if you do spot me in the crowd, do say hi. It's going to be challenging because there's going to be a lot of people. All right. So that's all from me. I hope to see you guys this weekend. So adieu. Bye bye.